Oh, señorita, señorita. Hello, family and friends. Welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. Definitely, I get discriminated. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Puri. Before we get started, please make sure you are subscribed and that you like and that you comment before you start watching my content. Pause the video. Pause. Go back. Comment. Like. Subscribe in whatever order that you want, but I need those three together, okay? And then get yourself a pen and paper to get some notes because exam. I'm kidding. But yeah, we're gonna need to take some notes because this is important information today, and I hope you have somewhere to write your notes. Thank you very much. So in today's episode, we're focusing our attention on Italia. I love that country. I will definitely write down the name of the company, and if I find more companies that are similar to this one, I will definitely note them down at the bottom in the description. Okay, so my main thing, or my main disclaimer rather, is that my videos are intended for South Africans because that's who I am. And if you are interested in these programs but you are not South African, I don't really have a straightforward answer for you as to whether you qualify or not. My advice to you would be to contact the companies and tell them, express your interest in, whatever programs that they have, and inquire with them as to whether they would be able to make an exception, or if whether they allow people who are not South Africans. Okay, just so we're clear. So shall we get started? Alors, on va commencer. So the name of this program is called You Can Camp English Interaction, right? So it's an English interactive camp where you will be hanging out with kids from the age of 7 until 17, I believe, and you will be teaching them English, helping them and guiding them for a couple of weeks in Italy. And so if that's interesting for you, then this video was definitely made for you. You're welcome. So we move on to the requirements, right? Who can be a camp counselor in Italy, in essence, right? First and foremost, you need to be a native English speaker, and you need to be between the ages of 20 and 35. The second thing is that to qualify, you need to have one of three things. You need to have a degree or about to get a undergrad degree. You need to have a TEFL certificate, right? TEFL certificate, it's not a problem. You can get it for Bomadetiranda, or there's a company that I know, I forgot the name, but I will link it down in the description, where you can get your TEFL 120 hours, I believe, for free. So you really don't have an excuse not to meet the requirements at this point. And thirdly, if you feel TEFL studying books how it's not for you, then I guess it's not a train smash. But if you feel the degree, you don't have that, and you don't want to do the the TEFL certificate, but you have previous experience working in a camp as a camp counselor, then good thing is that you qualify, so to say, right? The next thing, you need to be in good health, right? You need to be in good physical health in order to qualify, because you will be working with kids, and we know that a lot of the kids, especially at camp, kids are very hyper and very active, and that is the most important thing. So now imagine you're at a camp and you are supposed to be interacting with the kids. Manje, you're sitting there like, the only thing I can afford to give these kids is 10 minutes of my time, or after my 3 minutes, you're already huffing and puffing. Come on, that cannot be it. So while you are still preparing yourself, make sure you start working out 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it helps. It helps with becoming more and more active, right? Lastly, They accept people from native English speaking countries. So this includes USA, Australia, Canada, the Kiwis, which are New Zealand, as well as South Africa and European countries, right? And the next list of requirements, these are like document requirements, of course. You need the registration form, which I presume that is going to be found on their website, right? Or they will send it to you via email, I'm not sure. Secondly, you need a passport, chum. Just because you've been to Cape Town and all they asked you for was your ID doesn't mean Italy is gonna ask you for your ID, chum. You need, listen to me, you need a valid passport, meaning your passport shouldn't be expiring next week. No, you need a passport that is valid for up to, I think, at least a year after your program. So you need a passport. Before we go anywhere, make sure you have a passport. The third thing is a police clearance check. So I would say 99.9999% of the time, if you are applying for any position outside of South Africa, they will require a police clearance certificate. So police clearance certificate, it's very easy. You just go to the police station and it's not that bad, right? It's not that pricey. I think the last time I made it was less than 150 rand, and that was 2 years ago. I don't know, but I don't think, even if in a minute, it wouldn't be over 150 or 200. No, it shouldn't be that much. And then lastly, you will need the administration fee. So I don't know how much that is, but you will find it on the website. And I don't say hore, just because I'm not telling you how much the amount is, then suddenly unya go give up. I should go refer information here hore, how much is the administration fee. My babes, I'm just giving you a canvas. Your job, if you're interested, is to do what? Do your research. So now we look at what is included in the package of your program. So what you get as part of the program, you get the 3 meals in the day. So your breakfast, your lunch, and supper are all paid for by the program company, right? Secondly, you get free accommodation, which is a very nice thing, because accommodation can be a little bit expensive if you pay for it yourself. But because you're going to be staying on the camp, then definitely, the free accommodation helps a lot. Thirdly, you will be trained, and so you don't have to pay for the training. Training is free, my babes. Training is free. And then the transportation within Italy, that is also provided as part of the program. You don't have to worry about, paying for the transportation while you're in the country. Then the other thing is the teaching material for the program and the daily program, whatever is involved in the program is provided for you for free, thankfully, right? And then, you get free access to the facilities on set, the Wi-Fi, the food, the pool, bed sheets, towels, the fields, the playgrounds, and all of that. The only things that you don't get, right, are air conditioning, which I think you can live without. It may be hot, but it might be not that bad. And unfortunately, your personal expenses, I think that includes my toiletries and stuff, that's not included. And your flights to and from Italy for that period are not included, unfortunately. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. But I feel like it's a very generous offer. A lot of the things that are included, I feel, if you were to pay for them yourself, it would have been a lot more expensive. So I think it's a generous offer, if I would be honest. I don't know. But yeah, So next up, we will look at the responsibilities and, I guess the reason why you are there in the first place, right? Because you're not there just to eat. So your mission, as I said before, you are teaching English to the kids who are between the ages of 7 and 17 years old. And, you talk about your cultures. It's a cultural exchange at the end of the day. So, you share with them your culture from where you come from, as well as they sharing with you, their different backgrounds and different cultures. And, you compare the differences and you play games, you have daily activities. There's definitely a day-to-day schedule. It might be different maybe from time to time, but I think 80% of the time it's going to be the same way. You have breakfast with them, and then you do the games, you have conversations, you have things like drama, you have lunch together, and you relax, and you have like video projects and English second language games, ESL games, and maybe you go to the pool and you socialize and you play ping pong, all those kind of things. So it's definitely a job, but you're also having fun at the same time, right? And I like that personally. Like while I'm reading all these things, I feel like I'm thinking, should I sign up myself? So I think it would be such a fun thing to do. But if you go on the website and you read, do your reading, do your research, I think you would definitely love it, right? I don't know. So I would say that if you're interested, you can click on the website. I will link it down below, and you just fill in the application, and then you do the interview, and then you gather your documents, and then book your flight. How feta? Hi to. That's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that maybe this is something you like, but maybe this is something you don't like, but somebody else might be interested. So I'm glad I could help in whatever way I could possibly can. And if you have any more questions, maybe leave them in the comments. And if you have any recommendations, also leave that in the comments so that I can, take a look. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next